had an enormous amount of rain again over the past 4 days. We had another east coast low affect the coast of New South Wales that has led to, again, more flooding, more evacuations, and more people losing their homes and also really impacting the garden. Luckily, we are fine here. We weren't impacted really at all, apart from a bit of water damage in the house, but I have been really feeling down the last couple of days, so I decided this morning I would come outside and do a little bit of garden work, just like get half an hour in before I go upstairs and start work for the day. And I thought I would just bring you along with my morning and share with you what I'm getting up to in the garden. It's just going to be a fairly relaxing garden with me. I just want to tidy up a few things in the garden behind me that have just all flopped over from all of the rain and the wind that we had, and also just go around and harvest a few things that need picking that were also a little bit affected by the rain. So make sure to grab a cup of tea or coffee or something else to drink for this video, and I hope you enjoy. So I think I'm going to start here behind me. A lot of this stock has just flopped over and the stems are just not doing too well. Stock is an annual flower and I didn't expect it to last too long, but I got so many beautiful blooms from it and put them in so many different bouquets and posies. So I'm going to take some of these out today and then I will replace it with new flowers that I have in my little nursery. If you've never grown stock before, I would highly recommend it. It is such a beautiful smelling flower. It's really fragrant. Every time I walk past it, I get beautiful smells. So I absolutely love this plant, but it needs a little bit of a tidy up. You can sometimes trim stock, like you can see here that there's some shoots coming out of the side, and I have done that with one of them. I've left one in the ground in the hope that I'll get some more flowers, but this one is pretty done to me. So you can see this one here. I've just left this. The stalk probably needs a little bit of staking, but I can see some flowers coming out of the sides. So I may as well keep this one in the hope that I'm going to get a few more blooms. And then there's a few more over here that I've just kept because they're fairly compact and I really like just the size and the scent of these are just so beautiful. I'm going to keep this one here because it's just so beautiful. Behind these ones here, I have some kohlrabi that I'm going to be harvesting. I didn't have a lot of luck with this, I'm not going to lie. Kohlrabi, when it's stressed, it doesn't form the bulb that it's supposed to, and with all of this rain, my plants were stressed. So if the temperature is too high, if you're getting too little or too much rain, or if there is soil deficiencies, or if your plants are heavily attacked by bugs, these are all factors that can factor into the kohlrabi not actually forming the bulb. And I can see a few of mine have formed, but a few of mine have definitely not. So I'm going to take these out because I just want to use this space for something else, just to prepare the ground for something else, because the ones that have formed, they're great. I can harvest those. The ones that have not, then they're not going to do anything more, so I can take them out of the ground. Not very impressive. This here is an example of something that I really didn't want, but was kind of expecting with all of this rain. Let me take some leaves off first. Okay, so this is what we have here. A a really sad looking kohlrabi. You can see that the middle has pretty much just split apart and it's kind of a little bit inedible now. It just feels really woody and not very nice compared to this one here, which is quite a small one. I've definitely grown them bigger and seen them bigger, but this one looks quite nice and is going to be delicious in a salad / coleslaw. If you've never grown kohlrabi, they're also called, I think, German turnips. They're kind of like a root crop, although they grow above the ground. The tuber part grows above the ground, and this is the part that you eat. You can also eat the leaves. They are also edible, as are most brassica leaves. But this is the part that we grow up for, and I usually just kind of like peel it back. There's a hard outer layer, and inside it tastes kind of between a cabbage and an apple. I really love these, and I like just to eat them raw, or I like to put them in a coleslaw. But they're a really funky vegetable. They kind of look very alien-y, and they're really great for kids to grow. You can grow green ones or purple ones like this one, and they don't take too long to grow, and I can grow them all year round in the south coast, New South Wales. So I'm going to be growing a lot more of these because they're just a really fun thing to grow and something that you wouldn't usually see in the supermarket. I always like to grow things that I can't get my hands on. It just makes growing so much more fun and interesting, and you also get to mix up your diet a little bit. Not ideal. I think I had also planted these just a little bit too close because I just wanted to maximize the space. So next time I'll plant them a little bit further apart. But what I was doing was just snipping them off at the base, and that way they're not going to resprout and grow again, but all of the roots below the surface can just break down and just end up feeding the worms and feeding the soil. And I really like to do that in the garden because I want to keep as much organic matter as I can within the soil, because we have really clay soils here. Any roots that go down into the ground are beneficial for me because they're breaking up that clay soil and adding organic matter, which is going to help improve the drainage of this area. Okay, I have one more area over there that I'm going to harvest the kohlrabi from, and then do a little bit of a tidy up after that. have just put all of the kohlrabi scraps and weeds and just things that needed to get out of the garden into the wheelbarrow, and this is just going to go into the compost bin. I have a few more things that I'm going to harvest, and then I got to head inside and start my work. There's still quite a bit to do in the garden, but I don't really have time to finish all of that this morning. I was going to tidy up the Chinese broccoli, but I see the bees loving it again and they don't really have much else around at the moment, so I might leave that for a little bit longer. I'll put an overlay of the kohlrabi harvest, everything that I got from the garden this morning. I am pretty happy with it and am looking forward to creating some delicious food with it. I did have to run it a few times because it did start sprinkling while filming this video, but I am hoping that the rain is going to clear up and I can come out here and make some more garden videos for you all and give you an update on the flower farm, which is been delayed a little bit with all of this rain. But I hope you're all doing well and that you're staying safe with all of this crazy weather if you're being impacted by it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are in the world. And until my next one, happy gardening everyone. Bye. Oh wow. I was looking forward to eating this. There's so many aphids on it, look. Yuck. This one seems fine though.